But the beginning of a new year is an opportunity to look at what's happening where you're at. What's happening at where you're at. A person sat in the dark in their home. This has occurred millions of times late at night, early on, pre-dawn darkness, waiting. And then as the black of night began to ebb away, there was a bluish gray on the horizon that began to turn into a soft or orange yellow. A golden ray began to shine. The sun broke. The room was no longer dark. Shadows were gone in the entire sky that was a bluish black, now was golden yellow. This has been done day after day after day. And in countless households and hearts, people have waited for this fresh new experience. Welcoming the light, this infinite symbol that will live on probably forever. This symbol of eternal energy that says, I'm here to provide light and growth. We get to experience every single day. What a wonderful reminder of eternal energy. Not just on January 1, but doesn't it happen every day? Every day? A new opportunity. Henry Ward Beecher said, American novelists, they're pretty brilliant, becoming wordsmith after decade. He said, on the first day of every year, January 1, every man, I think he meant woman too, should be born again and start a fresh page. Born again, fresh. As I'm talking this morning, I'm going to share two simple points, and I'm going to elaborate on them in fun ways, but two simple points to feel the freshness, the vitality of launching into a new year. Launching. The other day I used the word launch at one of the classes, and they laughed. I said, what's so funny about the word launch? And they said, it sounds so empowering. I was like, exactly. I love it. It's my January word, launch. And so that's why this talk about launching into 2014, it's very important. It's a beginning, a fresh new beginning. Thank you. It happens every day. But for 4 weeks, we're going to be talking about it every Sunday. So this is the first of 4 of launching into a 2014. If that sounds good to you, let's say yes. And while I was driving on the East Coast, I discovered something called East Coast Florida. I didn't know East Coast stopped at North Carolina or wherever, but I discovered East Coast Florida. Ooh, it was beautiful. And then I saw a big, beautiful sign. I loved it so much. First time I saw it in my life. But it said, Cape Canaveral. Ooh, I love it. Rocket, 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 rocket. Cape Canaveral. It just means, oh, it's launching. So exciting. I've been seeing it all my life on TV. The launching. And even of a rocket called Discovery. Do you love it? Ooh, just the words evoke a freshness, a renewal that Henry Ward Beecher was talking about, that on the first day of the year, beginning to feel that freshness, that vitality, the starting of a fresh page that says, I'm launching forward, I'm moving forward. And in order to do that, I'm going to suggest that metaphysically or psychologically, emotionally, whatever works for you, that there are 2 steps that you can take that really help the launching. Because one thing that launching does not entail is the dragging forward, of a whole bunch of baggage. Am I wrong? Am I right? Someone else understood this, and I'm going to share his exact words because as the American theater critic that wrote for the New York Times for many, many decades, Brooks Atkinson, I think, he was another wordsmith that got it to a T. When he said something, he knew it was going to be written down for a long time. And this is what he said about this feeling of freshness and vitality. He said, drop the last year into the silent limbo of the past. Let it go, for it was imperfect. And then, thank God, it can go. Leaving behind is the first step. What is it you'd like to leave behind? May I politely suggest, no matter how difficult or challenging something was in 2013 or previous, it can be left behind. Who you are today is a cumulative mass of thought and wisdom that has never existed. I mean, you're better, smarter, wiser, kinder, more brilliant than you were last week. Yeah? Can I get an amen? Ooh, now I'm in the South. Cumulatively, you're getting better. But knowing what to leave behind makes it so much easier. Ooh, I saw it in front of my house one day after the rain in the summertime. This big bird. He was just out there like this. I thought he was a statue almost. I took his picture. He was out there for 20 minutes on my lawn, just going like this. I thought maybe he lost his compass. No. You know what he was doing? Drying his wings. I guess it was a normal thing for this type of bird. They get so wet and they have such big wings that they're not flying very well with all this extra weight. Are you with me on this? Knowing what to leave behind. Oh, let's have the wisdom. Tap into, whether it's meditation or therapy or spiritual healing, tap into what to know to leave behind, to become fresh and vital in this moment. Knowing that then you have a fresh page to begin from. That metaphysically, it's not all going to work if you're dragging forward this old baggage. Metaphysically, the spiritual laws that we teach, law of compensation, law of abundance, law of attraction, law of magnetism, they all are relating to who we are in this moment. Not last year so much, unless I bring last year into now. And now, in this fresh moment, Spirit is there. Spirit is here. Like that bird drying its wings. Who you are in this fresh moment. Oh, this could be new. This hasn't been done before. Regardless of your age, you haven't done today before. And so the spiritual guides are there to talk to us. Angelic guides. In wisdom, in silence. Sometimes God is in the Google on the internet. You know, Spirit can find any available way to get information or wisdom to you. Do you believe it? And so it's happening. Knowing what to leave behind. And our burning bowl ritual last week, thanks to the weather gods, didn't go as normal, but the burning bowl ritual has been done since ancient times to get rid of and free up oneself of what you don't want to bring forward. And so it begs the question, what is it after you've decided what to leave behind? And basically the short answer, before you go into 20 hours of therapy, the short answer is anything that doesn't feel good, you don't have to bring forward. You might need a little processing. I'm not negating that. But if it doesn't feel good, you probably don't need to bring it forward. The wealth of who you are as God, Spirit, angelic beings, talking to your soul, that's easy to carry forward. Oh, folks, that feels like home. That place of wisdom, that place within you that's so secure, so empowered, so alive, so much accustomed to, yes, I'm rocketing forward. That's when feeling the freshness, that's when we can feel that inner being saying, wow, I'm glad to be alive. Doesn't it feel good? And so we're cherishing. This is step 2. Cherishing to see the value. Cherishing to love and to hold. What to bring forward. First, what to leave behind. Second, cherish what to bring forward. What is it you would like to bring forward into 2014? The feeling of freshness is one. That sense of hope and renewal could be another one. Oprah Winfrey said that all kinds of goodness from our experiences of last year, we can take that wisdom forward. Ooh, I like that. I'm taking it forward. Leaving behind what I don't like, bringing forward what I do like, because it works for me. And by the laws of cause and effect, the law of abundance and compensation, I was earning those lessons, okay? I want the lessons, yes. I want the wisdom, yes. I want to take that forward. And so we can. With all the blessings, the cherishing allows for the law of love to be activated. It's hard to love when we're over here playing with the baggage, right? But to be fresh, to be in the moment, to be now, current with fresh eyes, non-judgmental. Then we can cherish what is amazing about us as well as the people around us. I was working a few years ago with a young woman who was in an executive position with a company. And she, being a female, was working in a very male-dominated environment. Nice guys, overly educated, if you know what I mean. Can I get an amen? Okay, I don't know what that meant, but I love it. They had too much education, sometimes not enough, just politeness, and not appreciating that there was a woman in their midst. They were sometimes not as polite as they should have been. But she was almost most of their superior, even though she was new on the block, new at the firm. And after being there for 1 year, they knew she'd handled herself with integrity, she handled herself with smarts, and she handled herself with courage in the face of being intimidated. Guess what? At the end of 1 year, they asked her, "So, you're doing fantastic here. What can we do for you?" The boardroom fell silent. You know what she said? To these overly educated, experienced executives that had been there before her, she said, "Be nice to me. Be nice to me. Be nice." Why is the golden rule one of our key principles? If we can't cherish the beings around us, how can we treat ourselves with the respect that God has put there on the inside? Right? How can we be treating poorly those around us if we're not cherishing the inner being within us? It doesn't work. If we're going to cherish the loving being that's inside of us, oh, what a natural cause and effect. What a natural compensation. What a natural result to love that next person who's right next to us. And feel the value in that. Feel the love. That's when we can be open in a fresh way to feeling that sense of hope and renewal from which springs, all kinds of new dreams and new possibilities. When I was in a place called Japan, they had a New Year's Eve ritual which lasted days. If you wanted to participate, it was it's comparable to our Central Park, but it's in Tokyo. This huge, massive park that was reserved since ancient times with natural, original virgin forests, and they've put these beautiful temples in this forest in the middle of Tokyo. Amazing. And what folks do by the probably millions is they go there day or night onto the sacred ground, and on a slip of paper where they've written a prayer, a hope, or a dream, they tie it to the branch. And by the millions, as you walk through this forest, there's these millions of branches. thousands and thousands and thousands of these prayers are fluttering. You can't help but hear them. It's almost like they're singing. And each person who's written a prayer has released to the universe. They know God and Spirit are listening. They know it. They know it. They have released an empowered prayer. They've released to the universe a hope that they're open to receiving. It's a beautiful thing. And in the same way, every single day, we have the power every single day to get up and release into the universe as God is listening. Never at a distance, but always close by. We can release into the universe that infinite cosmos of energy that knows your name, a prayer, a hope or a dream that says, wow, I'm open to launch forward into the wellness, the abundance, the untapped tools that Spirit can deliver just for me. Sound good? Say yes. I love it. We're almost done. This is good. You're going to like this. Because people always want to know, well, what else happened on your vacation? I'm going to tell you. Because it relates to the talk. It relates to treating people well. Because if we don't treat people well, how can we receive in a great new year? It's not going to happen. I arrived in a place called, this relates to the law of compensation and the law of love and the law of the golden rule. Because I arrived late at night in a place called Fort Lauderdale. And thanks to the GPS, I had no idea where I was. It just told me where to go. And there I was, on time. It was around 6 p.m., dark. But there I was, and I pull up in front of the lobby. Ooh, I love hotels, just so you know. If you ever want to push my buttons, send me to a nice hotel. I got to this hotel, it was okay. I'm just going to tell you, full transparency, $90 a night. But this was 2 nights after Christmas. Are you with me? 2 nights after Christmas. Pull up, park my car, go in. Here's my confirmation number. Here's my ID. Isn't everything nice? Ooh, I'm looking forward. Maybe a jacuzzi. Maybe there's a pool. And I give the ID to the lady. And she pulls up the computer. La, 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 la. Ooh, I don't have any record of you. I said, that's okay. And I open my email because I have my iPhone with me. And there's the confirmation number with their logo and everything on it. Ooh, I love that. And I show it to her. She looks at it. She enters the number. Nope. It's not in the system. I said, well, that's okay. I'll just take anything. And she said, nope. Wrong timing for the word nope. She said, everything has been sold out since 2 o'clock this afternoon. I said, well, I'm such an optimist. I only need 1 room. And she says, with no smile on her face, no, everything's been sold out since 2 o'clock. I'm sorry. Gave me back my ID. And I said, but I got a confirmation number. No, everything's sold out. I can handle this. I treated her with love and respect, even though she wasn't giving me what I wanted. Can you relate to that? She's a person too. Who knows what was going on in the universe and the computer age 2 days after Christmas? Who knows what was going on to change things? I don't really care. If you start caring about all the details behind the scenes, you're going to go crazy. Just a heads up. And so instead, be where you are. Be where you are. Where are you? That's your power. My power said, I'm going to my car. And there I sat, calling the 800 number at the bottom of the confirmation list with the unnamed booking company that had booked my hotel. And I said, hello, friendly customer service lady or person. And I said, I'm here to check into my hotel. I have my confirmation number. They pulled it up, yes. And I said, well, they won't let me check in. And it's 2 nights after Christmas. And they say everything is booked. They checked their local hotels. They had a couple others. And nothing was available in all of Fort Lauderdale with that hotel chain. No problem. If you can hold for just a couple minutes, I'll find something else in your area. Thank you. Don't you love it when it's smooth? And then they call back. or they come back onto the line, and to make a long story short, but you're going to like the ending, I think. They say, oh, we found something. I'll give you the address. I said, thank you very much. They said, it's a little bit more, but we're going to pay the difference. I said, oh, that's so kind of you. So I took down the address. They gave me a new confirmation number. And they said, well, let me, and this is a detail. They said, let me give you the receptionist's phone number just in case. I said, okay, I think I'll take that. I wrote down the customer service number, punched in the address into the GPS, and I thought, well, I better call before I hit the highway. I better just call and find out, just to make sure it's confirmed. I called the 800 number. The lady said, yes, it's confirmed, and we have you listed here. They're going to pay the difference, no problem. And I said, well, before I jump onto the highway, can you just give me a heads up? I'm new to the area. Approximately, how long is it going to take to get there? And she said, where are you? I said, Fort Lauderdale. She says, oh, we're exactly 1 hour north of Fort Lauderdale. And I said, I just came from there. I'm going to Miami. The universe knows where you are, even if other humans don't. Can you say yes? I said, I'm not driving an hour back when I just came from there. Sound familiar? Ooh, that's deep. Because some of us are still living like it's October. Whoop, here, it's 2013. It's October. No, it's not. It's January 5, 2014, and I'm loving it. And so I said to the lady, I said, I'm so sorry, that's not going to work. I called the other 800 number back. And they said, oh no, we don't expect you to drive an hour north if you're going to Miami. I said, look, I'll take anything in Miami. I'm going to be ending up in Miami. Just give me anything. No problem, we'll call you back in 10 minutes. I said, are you sure? I don't know who you are. I'm trusting you. They said, no problem, no problem. We'll call you in 10 minutes. And I waited with a smile on my face while all the partying people that were called checked-in guests were going to the pool and the jacuzzi. There I am, hungry, on the verge of making my transition. Oh, it can be a sad situation. 10 minutes goes by, and then about 12 or 13, just to be honest, a phone rings. They said, sir, we could only find one place and you're going to have to drive to get there. I said, okay. Now what they didn't know was the backstory was I was going to be ending up. I have friends who live on Miami Beach. So after a couple nights in the hotel, I was going to end up at my friends in Miami Beach. Are you with me? That's what they didn't know. But the universe knows. And so a customer service person is over here saying, so we only found one place in Miami. I was like, okay. And they said, we checked everything. And the only hotel we could find in all of Miami available tonight is this one place that's $349 a night. But we'll pay the difference. And I said, I'm liking you more and more. I said, how do you spell your name? This is pretty nice. The universe knows where you are, but also what will bring a smile to your face. I've seen $90 rooms, and I've seen $349 rooms. Guess which one I like better? There's only one way to make this even happier. They said, do you have something to write down the address with? And I said, yes. And they said, now, as we told you, it's $349 a night. You have to check in like normal, but we'll pay the difference. And is it okay if it's at Miami Beach? It's okay if it's at Miami Beach. On the beach. One room out of thousands. Blocks from my friend's house. I'll take it. The universe knows you and how to put a smile on your face. In the leaving behind of what didn't work, we can have a fresh new place to move forward. But we are participating with the yes, the no, the friendliness. This, that word, this, that. We're participating with being open and receptive or not. And I guarantee you by what I have experienced with working with these laws, that sitting there in that parking lot, I could have become a disconnect. The night could have gotten a lot worse. Don't you think? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Being receptive means for us to be saying yes to what we cherish. I cherish my peace of mind, yes. I cherish my innermost being, the God made perfect on the inside at the very beginning. I cherish my positive, hopeful perspective. Because that's all we have that's going to work. Usually, I begin New Year's with what is called in California a tamalada. A tamalada is a party, basically, where everyone makes tamales. The reason it sounds like work is because it is. You make over 100. We made about 150 every single January 31st. To welcome in the new year with too many, you don't make enough tamales. You know who RSVP'd for the party, but that's not the point. A tamalada is about, we're making a ton of tamales. Because it's a symbolic gift to your friends. To say, welcome to the new year. Glad you enjoyed the festivities. Now you're going home with tamales. You get a tamale. You get a tamale. Everyone gets a tamale. There's more than enough to go around. From hotel rooms, health and well-being, the universe gets you. The launching forward, that can be easy, releasing the past. Let's launch forward in that cherishing, hopeful perspective. Saying God is within and all around and all is well. Thank you. God bless.